Hello, welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name's Wendy Wing. I'm doing a reading for the collective. Welcome, collective. So, since this is a general reading, I am not tuning into one person's specific energies. I'm tuning into the collective. So, take what resonates and leave the rest. Wow, so far I have all major arcana cards out. Wow. So that tells me that right now you might be working through some core issues, not just something that's popping up to be looked at for a week or a temporary issue, but it's something that is in the core of what makes you you. So, that being said, take what resonates and leave the rest. Collective. In the past, you were in the energy of solitude, going within to find your answers, going within because there's something that has been difficult, something that has tried you. Looks like you're really looking at your story and what your story has been and where you want it to go moving forward. It looks like what it's around an imbalance in a connection where there was conflict. Might have been a third-party situation. I'm getting that whatever this connection is that created a lot of imbalance, and it doesn't feel like within this connection that both of you shared the same values. And it feels like both of you in that connection just moved, and at some point it feels like your energies were much more aligned. And as time went on, something shifted, maybe both of you shifted, and it feels like the vibrations, both of your vibrations were very different. And so someone felt abandoned. Maybe both of you felt abandoned because energetically, as your vibration shifted, you weren't able to connect. There was this imbalance. And so someone feeling abandoned, feeling disconnected from that connection, they went to a third party. That doesn't necessarily have to be another person. It could be that they sunk all their energy into work or something else. For a lot of you, it does feel like a third party, someone who they could gossip about you, confide in. It feels like this third party, there was a lot of talk about you and the connection, and so it doesn't feel like a clean break and going to someone and enjoying it. It feels like going to someone else where they're discussing you and gossiping about you. And yeah, it just feels like nobody really addressing what's going on. It looks like this created a space where you went within. If you knew or didn't know about this third party situation, it feels like, at least in your intuition, you knew something was not correct. So in present time, you are in the energy of 10, destiny, the wheel of fortune. There's something happening right now that feels fated, destiny, that something is going your way. There's something fated. Oh boy. Interesting. It feels like the person you were connected with and the third party that they were with, they, I get that whoever your person went to is someone who has been trying to emulate you, someone who wants to emulate your good qualities. They're not showing up as themselves. They're showing up feeling very insecure. Of course, they're feeling insecure. It seems like your person has talked a lot about you. Yeah, all the horrible things about you, but it's created a lot of, it feels like this person's already insecure and someone who is okay with being put into competition, like they wanted to win whoever you were partnered with. And they're wanting the person who you were with to be dependent on them, to need them. So there's some security there. And the person you're with now in present time, they really don't know. There's a lot of lies. Like this person I get right now doesn't even know how to tell the truth about what's going on to themselves. They live in the arena of half truths, half lies, half twisting things around to make themselves look really good. It's really, though, coming from this very ruthless, callous place. They It's about manipulation and about power. What I find interesting is that the energy, even though this couple is showing up in this reading, your energy is in destiny right now. So I wonder okay, so you are showing up, collective, right now as someone who's very self-sufficient, someone who's financially independent. Something is going on in your environment that is going to also help you receive more independence, more financial independence, more self-sufficiency. There's some skill that you have that you are able to hone in on. And I get this feeling that you're doing really well. And it's surprising everybody in your environment, especially this couple who has lied, who has, this partner who cheated and has spent so much time maligning you, someone who was supposed to be on your side, someone who was supposed to be your partner, and who, instead of talking to you about the truth of what was going on, they lied to you and went to someone else. And so the foundation of this couple's relationship is rooted in dissatisfaction within a union, not healing, but moving on and creating another union where your energy is involved in it because the person you were with has spent so much time talking smack about you, and this person as well. Like, boy, I wonder if you even realized that you were the focus of so much conversation. I mean, it feels like the foundation of their relationship is about you. So if you have disconnected yourself from them, what do they have to communicate about? They're going to have to create a whole new foundation, something else, because it's their mutual disdain for you. It feels like the foundation for their relationship. It feels like as your wheel wheel of fortune is on the up, as your destiny is coming in, they are not having such luck. Feels like some karma is coming in for them. So some family patterns that are coming in right now are memories of love, Six of Cups. Nostalgia. So what is it in the collective's family patterns? Okay. Okay. So I'm getting that a family pattern is that a lot of being stuck in the past, a lot of thoughts being stuck in the past, a lot of energy. Whenever something has a situation, someone, it has destroyed your confidence, created a lot of defensiveness. Whenever someone in the past does something it creates this defensiveness that takes you out of your intuitive nature. Ooh, I'm getting that, a family pattern is, so in the family that you grew up, it feels like within the family structure, there would be situations where you were not treated correctly. You were treated unfairly, unjustly, maybe neglect, maybe abuse, whether that be physical, mental, emotional abuse, could even be sexual abuse. And you kept the secret. There was some underlying family pattern of not sharing that, of keeping the secret and trying to figure out how to keep yourself safe within this connection. So keeping the connection, but that's exhausting because by not telling others and keeping a family secret, it is exhausting. Also, by holding on to lies. Ooh, sounds like lies are coming up a lot in this reading so far. By holding on to other people's lies, they are able to project onto you, because carrying the energy of a lie is exhausting. You have to continue lying. You have to keep continuing to lie about how you feel about this person, what's going on. You're not allowed to just have your truth that this person did this person did that. You have to, how can you share these heavy emotions of the trauma that you've gone through without pointing a finger at who created this. So it feels like lies, and it's exhausting, and you keeping everybody's secrets makes you a part of the hidden agenda. The hidden agenda, even to malign you, to malign the one who was abused and mistreated. So there's the original offense, whatever happened, and then there's the gossip and lies to discredit you. So you are lost in the lies. And it feels like that's a family pattern, that everybody, a lot of people in the family are lying, because it feels like there's a power dynamics, and there are kind of bullies, and there are those that are the goats or doormats, or those that everybody agrees, like, we're going to blame this person, black sheep of the family. Like, there's a lot of different ways of looking at this. And so that's a family pattern. And it looks like in this relationship from the past, and they're still in your energy in present time, that they as well, instead of dealing with the issue, instead of being honest about what's going on, they created a lot of lies and they blame you. And they're still doing that. Like, whatever is going on, it must be collective's fault, even though they are the ones who were very abusive, that did something very secretive. It feels like you are coming into a truth, that you have permission to speak your truth. You have permission to acknowledge that lies might be affecting your emotional, mental, or physical health by holding on to other people's lies. It does feel like in present time that you are much more willing to share with others the truth about this current breakup, and tell people exactly, yeah, third party, really hard to, you're not trying to hide a lie. You're allowing the chips to fall where they may. It does feel that that is much more healthy. Personal issues that you're going through right now are Six of Pentacles, material and spiritual prosperity. Personal issue is that it looks like you are very giving. Maybe you are more comfortable with giving than you are receiving. I'm getting that growing up, your value and worth wasn't just unconditional. Like, we value and love you for who you are, just right now, showing up, all of who you are. Mwah, it's perfect. And it also needs some work, just like all of us. It feels like it was very conditional loving, that that the people around you moved the target around for how to satisfy them. And so you're constantly having to figure out what you need to do, how you need to show up so you can be pleasing for the people around you. Not because you started out as a pleaser, but because in the family of origin, that is how you survive. That if you aren't pleasing, then you will get punished or neglected. And so there was a need to please in order for survival. And it feels like you have been too pleasing to a point where it creates those secrets and fears, create so much worry and stress in your life, holding other people's secrets, maybe being afraid that you will also be judged by the lies you've had to tell to take care of other people's secrets. I'm getting this overwhelming, like the message of, at least one of the main messages is about truth, about your truth, about how can you be in your truth? How can you let go of these burdens of other people's lies and be honest and just show up as you're showing up? All right, your conscience is in the energy of Nine of Pentacles, material harvest. This is the second time the Nine of Pentacles has shown up in your reading. So your conscience, what this card talks about is what you would do if nobody else, what they thought about it mattered, what you want to do. And what I'm getting, what you want to do right now is work on your abundance, to work on your financial independence, your self-sufficiency. Feels like you're building a very genuine foundation, one built on truths, your truths, the truth. It feels like there have been a lot of delays. Things have not been going as quickly as you would like. There are some passion projects. They might be, I'm getting that the more you hold on to other people's lies, the more it builds resentment, because there's a belief that, I'm protecting this person. I allowed them to treat me poorly. That's a light way of putting it. And in return, I'm going to take one for the team, and I'm going to not share this with anybody. I'm going to hide this from others. And in doing that, I will receive your gratitude and appreciation. And instead, what it does is it's taught people that there's no consequences to treating you poorly. You have no boundaries. There's no repercussions. So you are a very fantastic target for other people's anger or whatever it is that they feel they need to get out of their system. Instead of them dealing with things truthfully, they take it out on you. It looks like you're done with that. You're realizing the truth of it is that, maybe you've been treated more like a doormat and haven't been given the respect. Now you're ready for some rules, realizing what the rules are to engage with me. I need honesty, full honesty, not half truths. I need wisdom to realize what's really going on, even though some truths are really painful to acknowledge, truths about yourself. Because it's not about trusting other people as much as it's learning how to trust yourself. Learning to trust your intuition when something isn't right. Not rushing in to things that might feel one way or another, but allowing time to show you the actions of a person, not just what they say, but how they behave. Your desire right now is to find balance. I'm getting, so right now, there's something about what you are building, like pentacles are showing up. So pentacles are tangible things, money, health, a job, home, tangible items. It feels like right now there's a great desire to build something, but making sure that it's built on a foundation that is solid, that's level. You're a-okay, collective, with putting in hard work and taking responsibility for a new idea. And it feels like you want to take it slowly, enjoy the creating of it, and allow it to show you what it can become. Feels like you're not as attached to needing it to become something. Like, I need this to succeed, because that's a lot of attachment to, I need it to look like this. I need this to end up this way, instead of, I've got this really great idea and it feels really wonderful. Maybe I'll invite some other people into this, and I'm enjoying brainstorming. I'm enjoying every aspect of it. And it feels like whatever this project is that you're working on, that it feels like a gift, so you can create that stability that you're looking for, create that balance in your life, create something that you can build on. Again, a lot of pentacles, so it feels very foundational. All right, your higher self is in the energy of fertility, the Empress. So the Empress is right in the middle of this spread. So to me, that is the strongest energy in the center of this reading, is your ability to create, your ability to attract abundance, to be abundant, to be fertile with ideas, to have passion, to the Empress is someone who has gone through a lot. The Empress didn't stumble into this position. The Empress has taken all the difficulties that they've gone through, and it's made them stronger and wiser and more capable. Yeah. And again, it's around creating wealth, financial security, a family, whether that's found family or soul family, star family, or your actual family. You're wanting to create something right now. It feels like whatever this project is, it has the potential to create 10 of Pentacles, long-term success. Your challenge right now is the High Priestess, intuition. Your challenge is to leave behind the past in the past, to learn what you need or needed to learn from what's happened in the past, and focus on creating your own sanctuary. Your challenge right now is being in indecision. Maybe in the past, maybe both in family patterns and in past relationships, that you had a habit of giving over your power to someone else to make the decisions for you. In some ways, that creates a lot of ease. Like, it's not my decision to make, so But then if it doesn't go your way, then you end up resenting that person who was in charge of making the decisions. Your challenge right now is to take responsibility for your choices and start making choices, seeing them as clearly as possible, acknowledging, if you didn't have, all right, I made this decision, it didn't go the way I wanted it to go, but now how can I learn from that? Yes, your challenge is to maintain that hope that you've had, to stay calm. Your challenge is that you are going through a rebirth right now. You've got good fortune on your side. Your challenge is to allow a rebirth, allow hope and calm, allow yourself to be rejuvenated, allow fortune. You've got fortune coming in both in the destiny wheel of fortune and as your challenge, to allow wonderful things to happen for you, for your benefit. You have worked so hard giving and giving and giving to others. Feels like a practice of receiving. How can you practice? Is there a tool of practicing receiving? You could imagine and think about times when you did receive and you're so grateful, when you received help from someone else, whether it was a neighbor, a friend, maybe a family member, when or a stranger, anyone. Like, can you think of, usually if I can think of one time, like, I do remember when a teacher came to my aid and really helped me out. And as you're remembering how grateful you are and how wonderful it was to receive from others, then you'll start activating other memories. Oh my gosh. I also remember, that was in college. I remember receiving help from a professor, and it just meant so much to me. I also remember, like, my first job, where an employer was so kind and caring and very worried about me being paid correctly. And that felt so good. I felt really appreciated. They even said how much they appreciated me. I remember when a friend paid for my ticket to go on vacation because I didn't have any money, but they wanted me to be there. And I felt so loved and cared about, and they wanted me there. And that meant so much to me. Like, you can start thinking about, reminiscing about times when you received, times when you allowed and yourself to receive from others, and how good that feels. Your body, your energetic body, your physical body doesn't know the difference between if it's really happening or it's a memory. And so activating that receiving, activating how wonderful it is when someone makes a meal for you, activating how wonderful it is when someone reaches out and they ask how you're doing and how cared for you feel. It doesn't have to be a big thing, it can be a bunch of tiny little things. It's still imagining being in that energy of receiving. And so you kind of work on that muscle of, yes, I'm very giving. I'm very giving. I'm working on receiving. So I can receive as well. A nice balance. All right, the lesson that you're learning right now is wisdom. So this is the Hierophant. there's something about structure. Ooh, okay. Okay. The lesson that you're learning right now is that just because you were raised a certain way, whether that's a family dynamic, family lessons, or the society that you grew up in, whether it's conservative or liberal or mixture, or maybe you had a very specific type of religious structure around you, beliefs, that what you're looking at is, do these structures and beliefs work for me as an independent person, as an energetic being? What aspects are they working for me? Have they worked against me to keep me quiet, to keep me in the lie? Did my religious upbringing ask of me to keep quiet? Did my family upbringing allow certain people to abuse me or neglect me? And are you seeing that these structures, these ways of being, aren't working for you? Maybe you're wanting to create your own ways of being, something that does work for you. It's very important that you take care of you. It's the most radical act of self-love, is that you protect yourself and you take care of yourself, that you show up the way you want to show up. So it feels like it might feel radical, and I'm not saying to get rid of everything. I'm not saying anything. I'm saying it appears what's happening right now is looking at the structures within society, within family, within religions, within the government, within the society right now that allowed you, that kept you believing that you needed to bury your truth and lie for others and carry lies for others. The lesson is to, the more you lie, the more it makes it very difficult for you to trust yourself. Definitely makes it very difficult to trust others, but really it starts here. Do I trust myself to speak my truth? No matter if I'm so unpracticed in it that it makes me very uncomfortable. I know when I first started telling my truth, I would be very shaky, and it would come out in a very emotional way, because I felt like I was, in some respects, I was like messing up because I wasn't supposed to tell the truth. And so, and it was just really rough when it came out. And now the more truth I tell, the more it's very grounded, and it's coming from this is how I'm perceiving things. This is how things happened. This is how that person behaved. And it's okay if at first it comes out real ragged. It's new. There's a lot about truth coming out, and how not telling your truth creates a lot of imbalance. I'm getting, it creates a lot of communication issues. Some of you might have something around the throat chakra, something about maybe for some it's neck tension, maybe for others it's like hyper or hypothyroidism, or some type of by not telling the truth for so long, it's affected your communication center. Okay, for some of you, I'm getting that people even tried to stop you from communicating, maybe physically. So it just feels like some um, pain around that throat chakra, and how you're the one that can set yourself free. All right, the advice right now is Four of Wands, foundation and achievements. So Four of Wands talks about a celebration, a marriage, coming together. Very joyful card. Celebration. What is about the celebration? Okay. To get to that Four of Wands energy, to get to celebration, to find others that you want to come together with and harmonize with. You cannot create that Four of Wands energy on top of a foundation of lies. And I'm not saying that you have to shout out every lie or anything like that, but from this day going forward is how can I communicate my truth? How can I stop carrying other people's lies? By carrying other people's lies, it's created a burden that has exhausted me, that has destroyed my confidence, that has made me not trust others. So going forward, I'm going to be in the truth as much as possible. It feels like some of you, this has created so much suffering on top of the original suffering of what these people did in the first place, whatever abuse, whatever neglect, whatever that really crappy behavior was, putting you in a third party situation, lying about you. It feels like, you don't have to just constantly be trying to, this is the truth of the situation. That's a lie. Not that type of truth, but just being like, yeah, that person lies. Yeah, just waiting for situations to come up and speaking your truth when they do. I'm not getting a sense that you need to go on a marketing campaign against all the people in your life and all the lies that you've carried. But when an opportunity arises to speak from your truth in that situation, there's something that I'm getting as the advice is going forward so you can build celebration and happiness. It's about building it on a ground of truthfulness. Honesty, a lot of times I can tell, energetically, the truth has a certain energy, no resistance, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's the truth. Someone could be speaking their truth and it be very different from someone else's truth. I'm not talking about that type of truth. I'm talking about a truth where someone has done something inappropriate and in it even to you, and then expecting you to not talk about it. Maybe there's gaslighting. Right now, there's a call to work on your inner harmony, to allow people to show up and show you who they are, to not be in the truth doesn't mean that you have to argue and be argumentative when someone lies. Sometimes when people lie, I'm just like, okay, And I don't call them out on it because I'm like, they're just showing me who they are. I don't have to. I've just now got some clarity. I know this person does not tell truths or tells half truths. And it really helps inform me if I want to continue having a connection with that person or not. So it's not about constantly broadcasting your truth. It's about really examining and getting curious about what the truth is, what your truth is. What is it, and how do I want to communicate my truth? I don't have to go out and tell everybody's lies, but when it comes up, how do I want to deal with that? Case by case, and if it's appropriate to say something. There's definitely an invitation to, there's definitely, excuse me, an invitation to, though, let down any burdens, any lies that you've been carrying for others. And yeah, so get curious about this. How do you want to personally move forward in your truth? How can you let go of other people's lies? How do you, because for each person, it's going to be very different. I feel like some of you are going to be very vocal about your truth, and some people are going to be very subtle and quiet about their truth, and some of you, a lot of you, it's a combination of that and many more aspects. What role do you want truth to play in your life? How important is truth? So all good questions, coming to this with a lot of curiosity and some openness and willingness to see where you've been lying to yourself. A lot of times when I notice a lot of people lying around me, I'm like, this is an interesting reflection. I'm getting a lot of lie energy. Where am I lying to myself? The more truth I tell, the more I see a reflection of people who show up in the truth. So, all right. I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.